Hi Pisces, welcome to April. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to talk about some of the astrology that's coming up this month. So we have a new moon in Aries on the 1st. Then Venus moves into Pisces on the 6th. Mercury moves into Taurus on the 11th. Jupiter and Neptune, which are your ruling planets, are coming together on the 12th in Pisces, in your first house. This is major. Along with Venus will be there, but she won't be conjuncting them, but she'll be in the first house too, giving you support. And on the 15th, we have Mars moving into Pisces, so you're going to have a really packed first house this month. Then we have a full moon in Libra on the 16th. Pluto goes retrograde on the 29th. And then we have a new moon in Taurus, a new moon eclipse, solar eclipse, at the end of the month. And that can bring some unexpected positive surprises. So before we get into the astrology, let's see what the cards have to say for April for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for the month of April 2022? What is coming up for Pisces for April 2022? What is coming up for Pisces, April 2022? What is coming up for Pisces in love and relationships for April 2022? The Moon, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Lovers, the Page of Wands, the Justice card, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Three of Cups. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Chariot. So, you're starting out the month feeling a little bit confused. The Moon card is a card of imagination. There might be things that you're not aware of or things that you're not sure of, because the Moon can be things that are hidden. It can represent imagination, deception, not seeing things clearly. You have the Seven of Swords crossing you, so you're not sure if you can trust someone, if they're being honest with you. So you might be questioning someone's loyalty at the beginning of the month. Sometimes the Seven of Swords comes up when someone is not being transparent. They're saying one thing to your face, but they're saying something else behind your back, or they're doing something, they have an agenda. So you may be involved with someone that you're not sure you can trust, because the Moon, sometimes you're wondering, is this person being honest? Are they deceiving me? Am I seeing this situation clearly? Sometimes the Seven of Swords can mean that you're choosing not to see things. You're choosing to avoid looking at something more carefully. You're wanting to live in a fantasy about someone, like you're seeing the ideal, but you're not seeing the real person. So, and then the other thing with the Moon is a card of imagination. So if there are things that you don't know about a relationship or a person, don't fill in the blanks with your imagination. It's better to communicate and not make up a story in your head. So if you have a question about someone, you need to talk to them and ask point blank. Don't think, well, this person did this, he must have meant that, or she must have meant this when she said that. That's where you're going to get into trouble. Don't let your imagination conjure up worst case scenarios or even best case scenarios. Don't go to either extreme, where you're totally idealizing someone and you believe everything they say, or you're totally, like, oh, you're full of baloney and I'm not going to believe a word you say. You need to really get more information before you can make a decision, because I feel like this month might be a time where you have to choose a certain path. You might have to choose what to hold on to and what to release. And you can't really make that decision at the beginning of the month because there's too much you don't know. the moon is confusing you. It's like looking through a fog and you really can't see what's going on. But you sense that someone's not being honest. You have the Eight of Swords in the past, so you might feel stuck or trapped in a certain situation. Like maybe you want to break free from something, but you're afraid. Or you feel like your options are limited. Someone's holding you back in some way. And again, you have the Lovers here in the recent past. This is about choosing between, sometimes it could be choosing between two people, where you have to choose this person over another person. Or it could be choosing to stay, or whether to stay or go. You're choosing a path. Do I stay with what I have and try to work things out? Or do I move on and look for something and do something else? Look for someone else. You have the Chariot here. So the Chariot, I feel like you've been scattered. You've been too involved, too many irons in the fire. So in a relationship, it could mean like if you're dating, maybe you're dating too many people and you just don't know which one you want to commit to. But if you're not, it could mean that you're just being distracted by a lot of activity. And you really need to focus. You need to figure out what's really important to me. What do I really want to achieve? What's my goal? What is my goal? Because the Chariot could represent victory through discipline and focus. But you can't be, like you have to really narrow down your choices, narrow down how you're spending your energy, because you only have so much energy. And really zero in on, okay, what do I really want in a relationship? Who do I really want? And if there's a person that you really want to form a relationship with, then narrow that down, drop all the other options, and just focus on that relationship, and you can make it a success. Sometimes the Chariot comes up when you're thinking about traveling. It could be, it could represent a Cancer. It could represent getting a new car or a vehicle. Maybe you can't move away because you need a car. But most of the time, it's about controlling your mind and not being controlled by other things outside of yourself. Don't let other people's opinions and don't just be letting yourself get thrown on the waters of life. You have to start paddling towards a direction. You have to say, okay, I'm not going to be all over the place with my thinking. I need to really stop and figure out what the goal and have what my goal is and have a strategic plan and focus on that and work on that. It's kind of like an ADHD card. So with the Lovers, this could be a card where you're really connecting with someone on a deep level. It could be like a soulmate connection. This relationship is very important to you. But I feel like you're not sure if you can trust this person. You're not sure if you should stay or if you should go. You have the Page of Wands coming up in the future. That's a message coming in. Now the Wands could be a fire sign. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the Justice. Justice could mean there could be some legal thing that has to be worked out and you're waiting for an answer. So if a relationship is breaking up, it could be like a divorce decree. If the relationship is moving in another direction, it could even be a commitment, because there's something legal around this issue. The Justice is also, if you're waiting for an answer from someone to know if someone's interested in you, the answer could be yes. The Justice card says justice will be done. There'll be a fair outcome. So whatever news you're waiting to hear, I think it's going to be positive. So don't get caught up in negative thinking. Try to see the bright side of things, or the positive. At least don't lose hope. Justice can also represent karma. So if someone has betrayed you or has treated you unfairly, there will be a positive outcome. There will be a karmic reward and a karmic punishment. The Justice card is, don't worry about, doling out karma. If someone else deserves to be punished for their actions, they will. Because karma is really an action and a reaction. You don't have to be the one to do it. You may not even see it. But justice, the universe operates in a just way. And you will get what you deserve one way or another in life. So But usually the Page of Wands is positive news. So there could be some happy news coming, some fair outcome or favorable answer. The Queen of Pentacles is here. This is also an earth sign. You could be dealing with earth, fire. I mean, you've got all the signs here. So this is in your negative thinking sector. So either you're worried about someone, you're worried about security in a relationship, you're concerned about financial security, because the Queen is looking for, financial security. Maybe that's why you're staying in a relationship, because it brings you financial security. You're not sure if you could make it on your own if you leave. You could also be worried about a person, another earth sign. In your environment, you have the Ace of Swords. This is a card of taking action, finding your warrior energy, deciding that I'm not going to just sit on the sidelines, I'm going to take action. And if something's not working out, you have the Three of Swords here. You might cut someone out of your life if you decide that they are not being honest with you. Because I'm seeing the Three of Cups here. Three of Cups with the Three of Swords, there could be a third-party situation. So you need to really look, before you take action, really find out what's going on. Don't let your imagination run away with you, where you're thinking like, oh yeah, this person might be cheating on me, or this person's not being truthful with me. Can I trust this person? Have that conversation first. Because the Three of Cups can, on the positive side, the Three of Cups is getting together with friends, networking, social, getting out, being social. Could be a celebration, parties, birth. And you do have friends around you that are supportive, that want to see you succeed. But if you find out that the person that you're giving all your love to is not giving back, you're not getting what you deserve in a relationship, then you might be thinking about cutting away what's no longer serving you. So cutting people out that are not there for you, cutting people out that are not honest, that are not, especially if you're dealing with someone who is a cheater. This might not be for everyone, but there could be someone, some of you might be dealing with someone who's, seeing you, seeing someone else. Maybe it's even you. Maybe you're seeing another person and you're trying to decide, who do I wind up with? Who do I go with? Who's the best choice for me? But so you're going to be making a decision. Now this Ace of Swords is a time card. And the time is September, October, November. But I feel like you're going to find out and make a decision by the end of the summer, by September, sometime in September. You're going to feel activated to take action. So if you've been kind of going with the flow and not really fighting for what you deserve, I think that's going to change. You might be kind of hesitating, but I think that there's going to be some news coming in that's going to help you to clarify things. And you're going to know what direction to go in. And you're going to fight for what you believe in. And fight mostly for you. And making sure that you get what you deserve in a relationship. Even if it means separating from someone who hasn't been treating you fairly. Who hasn't been honest with you. So let's see. Let's see what the angels have to say about the situation. What advice can the angels give to Pisces for the month of April? I think there's going to be a lot of things happening in April, and truths coming out, and sudden action that needs to be taken. But whatever happens, if something ends, it's better to know the truth and not waste your energy on someone that doesn't value you or respect you, or someone who can't be loyal, than to stay in something that's just not right and you're preventing yourself from having that soulmate connection with someone else. So let's see. Expression. Express how you feel, clearly, lovingly, and honestly, without fear or judgment. Say it exactly like it is. All will heal when you express to others how you truly feel. Trust in the power of life to guide you and heal all concerned. Self-expression is liberating and healing. So, like I said, you need to have that conversation. If you're at all worried about someone else's loyalty or honesty, have that talk. It may be difficult, but it might be able to clarify things and help you achieve some kind of resolution. So let's see, what does this new moon in Aries, how is it going to affect you? So you have the new moon in Aries in your second house. And this new moon, the second house is the house of money, security, self-esteem, self-worth. It's the house where what do we value about ourselves? Are we, what is it that I need to feel secure? Is it money? Is it material things? Is it love? Am I getting enough of what I need? Am I settling for less? You can have a new beginning in your financial situation, and a new beginning that makes you feel more empowered and more valued at this time. The moon and the sun coming together represents a new energy coming in, Aries energy. It's like take action, have the courage to speak up, take action. You've got Mercury and Chiron coming together with this new moon. Chiron is the wounded healer, and Mercury is about your thoughts and communication. So what do you need to heal about your money? Do you have money issues that you need to heal? Are you settling for less? Are you not getting paid what you're worth? Do you need to speak up? Maybe you need to ask for a raise or ask for more from a relationship. Communication is going to be important at this new moon, and that communication can bring healing. So don't be afraid to speak up. In your 12th house, you've got a lot. You have been dealing with Saturn in the 12th house, Mars in the 12th house, Venus in the 12th house. When Venus is in between Saturn and Mars, it's like you feel like you're between a rock and a hard place. You might have a secret crush on someone, and you can't reveal your feelings for them. Saturn in the 12th represents like a karmic cycle that's ending. So you're releasing a lot of karmic baggage around authority figures, father figures, even taking responsibility for your own life. Mars in the 12th, you could be angry and not being able to show it. You might be repressing your anger. Or you might feel, with Mars in the 12th, you could feel like you don't have the energy. You've lost your fight, your spark. That's going to change when Mars moves into Pisces. Mars will be moving into Pisces this month in April, and you'll get your energy back. So that's just temporary, but that's the energy you've been dealing with in the past month. Jupiter is going to come together with Neptune. Jupiter moves into Pisces. It's already in Pisces, so it's already starting, like you're having a new cycle. When Jupiter's in your sign, you're like the golden child. Now Jupiter has moved into Pisces. It's going to also move into Aries over the summer, and then it'll move back into Pisces at the end of the month. But this month, it's coming together with Neptune. And when Jupiter and Neptune come together, you could have like a spiritual awakening. You could have something miraculous happens. You could achieve a goal or a dream that you've wanted to achieve for a long time. You could feel more positive and more optimistic. So I feel like even you may start the month out feeling a little bit confused or uncertain, but things are going to get better, especially when Jupiter and Neptune come together. Saturn and Mars and Venus are squaring the North Node in your third house. So there could be issues around family, relatives that you need to work out. You need to communicate. Maybe you're feeling like they don't care, or they're cold, or communication has been blocked in some way. You're afraid to speak up. But you need to reach out and communicate, and you could heal a family issue at this time. Then we have the full moon in Libra. Now the full moon usually brings things to the surface that were hidden. And especially Aries and Libra, it's a relationship full moon. It's a balance. You have to balance between my needs and the needs of the other, the needs of my partner. And this is happening across your financial sector. So the moon's in the 8th house, the sun's in the 2nd house. So there could be some financial issues that you have to work out with a partner. Maybe you feel like the other person's not contributing enough. or there's an imbalance in the give and take when it comes to money and the things that you value. Pluto is squaring this full moon from the 11th house. So there could be some kind of friendship. There's like a friction. There's a T-square. There could be some friend in your life that has a powerful influence over you. You could have some power struggles with a friend over money, over what you value. And so forming a T-square, the way out of this is through the sign of Cancer, which is ruling your 5th house. So that's about you. I think you need it's like finding your healing energy, nurturing yourself through creative self-expression, through doing something fun. Have you been working too hard and not having enough fun in your life? Maybe you need to take some time out and do something like a hobby that brings joy to your life, or spend time with your children. It could also mean romance. A new romance could help take away the tension. Now, in the 3rd house, you have Mercury and Uranus coming together at this full moon. And that's an unexpected message. And it's sextile Venus in your 1st house. Now, at this point, Venus has moved into your 1st house. And when Venus crosses your ascendant, it could bring romance. It could bring love back into your life. So if you're not dating anyone, you could attract someone at this time. Even if you are in a relationship, you could attract love. You're being more charming. You're looking more beautiful. And with Jupiter and Neptune there as well, I wouldn't be surprised if you had some kind of unexpected romantic encounter at this time. When Pluto goes retrograde on the 29th, and that's in your 11th house, you may be rethinking your friendships and your association. Like, is a friend becoming too much of a bully? Are you giving your power away in the name of friendship? Maybe if you've joined a group, you may rethink that group, or you may rethink the power dynamic within that group. And then we have the new moon eclipse in Taurus on the 30th. And that's going to fall in your 3rd house as well. And that's going to be conjunct Uranus. So there could be some unexpected developments around. The 3rd house has to do with siblings. So there could be some surprise message from a relative, a brother, sister, aunt, uncle, even friends or your local environment. Some unexpected development where there's like an ending and a new beginning at the same time. But message is coming that's going to change your situation or force you to make a decision. You're going to have to make a quick decision around this eclipse about what you want to do and what direction you want to go in because of this unexpected development. But it's positive. Saturn, even at the full moon, it could seem difficult, but Saturn is supporting this full moon from your 12th house. So I feel like you're coming to the end of a cycle where you're able to heal and release old karma, past baggage, anything that's held you back, where we self-sabotage, where we're afraid, what are our blocks? What are our fears? You could be releasing that at this full moon. You could finally see it and say, you know what? I've been doing this to myself, and I need to stop, and I need to release, and I need to embrace this new beginning. So I feel like the full moon is bringing clarity and awareness, and then the Neptune-Jupiter conjunction brings opportunity, and then at the new moon eclipse, it's time for a new start. And that new moon eclipse is in your 2nd house, so you're going to probably get a boost to your finances or a boost to your self-esteem and your values. What do I value? What's changing within me? We are finally going to embrace and demand that you get what you deserve. So I think that the end, it may start out confusing, but by the end of the month, you're going to be on a different path, but on the right path. And you may have to shift and change. There might be some surprises, but the end result will be positive. So don't lose hope. But you're going to find your way out of the confusion. And you'll know what direction to go in and what choices to make. And it may mean cutting certain things out of your life that are no longer serving you. So don't be afraid to let go of things and make room for the new. So that's my forecast, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated with you, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know how you feel, what's going on in your life. And if you'd like to have a private reading, because this is just a general reading, it may not apply to everyone, but if you want a reading where we look at your life and only in your specific situation, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, I want to say thank you for supporting this channel. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful April, and happy Easter, happy Ostara, whatever you're celebrating. And I'll talk to you again in May. Okay, bye now.